Good morning, and thanks for joining me at Coffee with Corey, right back here at Tavern 88. We had a wonderful week in Florida, but it was time to get back and start chasing dreams, pursuing passions at the experience. Last week's episode led me to a lot of fun conversation and dialogue with people that I assumed knew that Jossie was my first tenant, but they didn't, and it made me very thankful that I actually brought that up on last week's episode because it's always fun to relive that story. It also led to other conversations though that people didn't realize that buying investment properties was why I started selling real estate. And they also didn't realize, a lot of people didn't realize that I didn't always have the experience real estate. I worked for two other companies before my team and I ever decided to start our own company. So, that was a little story that I thought that I'd share with you today. The experience started as a company anyway, started in July of 2013. And at that point in time, my team and I were working for a company called HJN Team Real Estate. A little shout out to Doug and Jeff Nelson, Greg Knipe, and Al Johnson. All wonderful people, great mentors of mine, and I will forever be thankful for you guys. And when they decided that it was time to sell their company, that was the springboard for my team and I to open our own company. And we had a lot of conversations in those days when we were in that decision-making process of what do we do? Do we take our team, go work for another company in town? Do we all go our own ways and become individual agents in other companies and some with different companies? Or do we really try to just keep our team together and forge our own way and try and create something that hopefully can be perpetual? And that's what we did. And we've tried some ideas over the years that haven't worked. We've tried a lot of ideas that have worked exceedingly well and have kind of helped separate the experience from some of the other real estate companies out there. And that's the main thing that I really wanted to focus on today is, as most of you know, I love quotes. I read a lot of motivational quotes. Maybe I'm not smart enough to read full-on books, but I do read a lot of quotes, and I'll use them in advertising, I'll use them on our website, and they're really things that motivate me. And there's a handful of quotes that I've used through the years, and none of them are really springing to mind word for word, but the overriding theme is that you can try ideas and you can fail, but you haven't really failed until you quit trying. And those types of things really motivate me to try and make our company all that it possibly can be. One agent that I was actually visiting with this week after Coffee with Corey asked me about our mission statement. And that's not something that I really wear on my sleeve. And I, quite frankly, I don't give a lot of thought to an actual mission statement itself. But as I reflected on that, it really all comes down to service. Everything that we strive to do is about client service, client benefits, and doing the best we can to make sure that our clients are always taken care of. And I found that after that, if you strive for that, everything else takes care of itself. And so we've been really fortunate to have a good group of people that are really pulling for that common goal. And hopefully we can take the experience from a real estate company in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to a handful of companies in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to a company with a handful of companies that goes to several cities in South Dakota, and we're this close to jumping across state lines and expanding what we've created to other cities around our fine country. Which maybe that's the reason that I chose the USA Cup today. I don't know. that just kind of happened. But anyway, if I have my way, the experience goes all across the USA. So there's the segue, guys. I appreciate you guys listening about that. If you know a real estate agent that you've loved working with and you're thinking, I'd like to have my real estate agent be able to offer the things that the experience can offer. Well, let's just fold all that in together and get your real estate agent working with the experience, and that'll help us expand this thing even faster. So thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll hope that you join me next week at Coffee with Corey.